Yo, what's up? And today we're going to be watching a couple of videos, actually. We got some news from yesterday. Well, we already watched it yesterday, but other people are have put out some videos and stuff. We're going to be watching two different videos, this one and the other one. How about that, right? Toph's voice actor reacts to live action shot Michaela Jill Murphy. I find her quite cool, so I want to see what she thinks about this.
Hello, it is 11:55 p.m., almost midnight, in Tokyo, Japan. But more excitingly, the Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 trailer just came out, so I'm going to watch it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see what's up. Maybe this.
If y'all don't know, Toph
pretty
is like
important,
one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite.
Know, maybe shows up in Season 2 or something. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Cool.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, we have scoured the online
Okay.
and we have found it. Okay, brightness up. Let's watch it.
Up. There we go.
Everything is vibrating.
Okay.
All around us.
Oh my gosh, Twinkle Toes looks so grown up. Okay. He's waiting.
Secret life
This is like those nested reactions.
us.
Watching a reaction to a reaction.
This creature.
Reactionception.
Okay, bending. Okay, fan. I see you, Maria.
We're all connected through the earth.
Hey.
Okay, Mia. Hey, girl. Yes, foot.
Your foot.
Hee in green. Hot. Hot. Earthy, green, slay across the board. Yay! Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
100%.
I mean, I already knew that Mia was gonna be freaking dope, but yeah, I think that this successfully got me more excited. I don't know about you guys, but in the original series, anytime I rewatch it, I love season 1 for many, many reasons. I love the story building. I love kind of getting these very early versions of all the characters, and then obviously seeing how far they've grown from the beginning to the end is very, very cool. But I will say it does move a little bit slower, pacing-wise, right? I love Siege of the North. Love Siege of the North Part 2, Twi-La, all about it. But season 2, we pick up some steam. Things start to lock in a little bit more. And I have a feeling
moving through the plot.
that maybe, I don't know, maybe that's going to be the case for the live action too. I don't know. Just going to throw that out there.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I want to know, was that the serpent in Serpent's Pass? Was that what that creature was? I don't know.
Be, right?
I was a little bit...
Or no, was that the Kyoshi?
Maybe it was. I was just kind of shocked because I wasn't expecting to see that in the teaser. Okay, wait, now I kind of want to rewatch it. I'm going to rewatch it, hold on, and then I'm going to come back with more thoughts. Okay, second watch through. The editing and like the color schemes, and I feel like the editing choices are a little bit different in like a good way. I'm excited. I think, I could be wrong, I have to double check. I think there are a couple people shifted in crew from the first season than seasons 2 and 3. So I'm curious if it will have a little bit of a different feel. I'm excited for the freaking Blind Bandit. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Top 2026. Yeah. Yeah. Feet.
I'm not
Earthbending. So excited. Yeah. All right, y'all. Teaser for season 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix is out early 2026. I'm excited to see when the release is, mainly because I want to hopefully be in town.
I thought it said that it was in
so we will see.
February.
Yay! I guess that means it's time to, I don't know, rewatch the original to pregame. Just gonna throw that out there. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you guys liked it and hope you guys are excited. Bye!
Bye. Alright, okay, good. We got this one up next. This is the exact one. We're gonna jump right into it. Boom. Okay. It says shots everywhere. Why does it shots everywhere? the Avatar.
Netflix has released an absolute banger of a trailer for their live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender Season
Taxes
2.
now is
Now,
crazy.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everything in this trailer is perfect and that this is a sign that the
Forgot to
series
leave
is
it
going
on.
to be amazing going forward and
That's right.
everything's been fixed, but it is undeniable that there is a lot of great things happening in this trailer. So we're gonna be breaking down all of it, the good, the bad, and the confusing. So if you don't want to miss anything, you better stay until the end of the video. And don't worry, there's actually something at the end of the video. We're going to be going over more images that Netflix released, so stay tuned for that. The trailer starts off with a
He's about to
scene
break
of
it down.
Toph walking into the Earth Rumble arena,
Yeah,
and we
buddy.
see the crowd cheering. But notice
Where's
how
the
this is a
boulder?
much smaller scale than in the cartoon, but this is actually a good thing. In the cartoon, the
underground.
Earth Rumble arena was huge. It was this giant stadium with hundreds, if
It
not
was
thousands
big,
of
big.
different seats. If you were to do this in live action, you were either going to use a ton of CGI or modify an existing arena, which would be insanely
Yeah.
expensive and add a ton of time to production,
Yeah, it's
and
big
pretty much
money.
add nothing to the story. In season 1, they did a lot of that. Expensive things that looked amazing, but added nothing or very little to the story, and people still complained. So this
Hey, to me, it added a lot of depth. Now, other people have their opinions, but to me, it added more depth to the overall surroundings. It's certainly in contrast to the M. Night Shyamalan version, which a lot of times it fell flat. I'm not gonna lie.
is a great step forward. Although I do think it's a little weird for the Earth Kingdom to have wooden stairs, as that's never been shown once
As
in the
opposed to
cartoon.
stone.
I always had the impression that all of their infrastructure was made with bending, so seeing wooden stairs here is a little jarring, but again, that is just a silly nitpick. No one even cares about that. Here in the live action, they are clearly going for a different vibe. This isn't the WWE or even the
an
early
underground
UFC
fight
days.
club.
This is an underground, low-key fighting league in a
Yeah.
rundown city. Very different vibes from the cartoon.
It's like
but
the Korra fights when she was in after she got rocked by Kuvira. That rocked after she got rocked by Kuvira. That was or was it Zahir? Was it Zahir that like? I think it was Zahir actually, because she had that like metal. Hold on, was it Zahir or Korra underground fighting after losing to, and then we'll see what it comes up. Was it Zahir? Or was it Kuvira? After it was Zahir, that's what I thought. Yeah. In Earth Kingdom underground bending matches. Yeah. It was Zahir, because Zahir like pieced her up.
I do think this suits live action extremely well. But then we move on to something a little bit troubling. Undeniably, this looks great. Visually speaking, it looks amazing. It's a great mix of CGI and on-location filming. But what's a little troubling is Appa. What is Appa doing here? This is the Serpent's
He's holding
Pass.
people.
Appa is supposed to be lost during this time. Aang is
That's
supposed to be
true.
helping these people cross the Serpent's Pass, and at
That's
the very
true.
end, he learns to never abandon hope, and it's a great life lesson for him. That cannot happen if Appa is still here and not lost. So either they aren't doing Appa's Lost Days, which would be a huge shame, or the season is happening out of order, which could be fine depending on how it's done. I guess we'll see soon enough. If you look on Appa's back, it kind of looks like the Mechanist is there, and I can't really see who else is there. Obviously him
Wait a
and
minute, I forgot the props. The plot is already broken, like based on some of the stuff that happened last time in the last series. The plot's already broken. So like for Appa to be here, I feel like at this point, like it's not gonna be following the canon. They've already made that clear because of the way they picked up the Mechanist in was it Omashu that they like picked bro up like in like some random shop, which is completely out of sync with the original story. So I guess like yeah, I think it's safe to say that like going strictly according to the actual plot beats is going to be out of the question based on what they've already done. So, okay, that makes sense.
Teo aren't supposed to be
Gonna
here
have
as
to
well,
overlook that
but
part,
you
I
know,
guess.
they weren't at the Air
As
Temple
far as
in season 1,
continuity
they were
goes, but
actually
we can
in
still
Omash.
look at the quality of it and how it's done. You know what I mean? Because the continuity is already messed up. It's not going to be consistent. We know that. So at least we can look at like the quality of what turns up.
so maybe they saved them from a Mashu, or they escaped the Mashu when it was taken over by the Fire Nation. In the next scene, we get Appa, Teo, Momo, and the Mechanists flying around Serpent's Pass. Again, no idea why they're here, but it looks good. We get this shot of Aang and Sokka in
Because
a
they got picked up out of order.
forest, and they seem to be getting ready for a fight, or maybe they just finished up a previous fight and are getting ready for another one. As Aang looks pretty dirty here. His clothes have dirt on them, his
Yeah, he looked
hands
like he
have
was
dirt on
standing on some
them.
business.
I want to say this is during the chase, or maybe
He
it's a
just walked
Netflix original
someone
scene.
down.
I'm not sure.
Or
I
flew
know
someone
Aang
down.
looks a lot older, but considering the vibe the series is going for, I kind of like it. It's oddly fitting. The smirk he gives here at the end is very much Aang vibes. Here we get one of the most telling shots of the trailer. This scene
Redirecting
proves that they're
light.
listening to feedback and that they went into this season with the mindset of improving upon the first season and making Avatar fans happy. And I'll get to why in a moment, but where are they? Like, I actually don't know. Obviously, this is Earth Kingdom territory. You can tell as much by looking at that wall. But where in the Earth Kingdom? Seeing all the people down there and in that boat, it almost seems like that's the ferry that takes people into Ba Sing Se as refugees, but that wouldn't make sense. It just seems weird if that was happening. I kind of like the fact that they're just training out in the open right here. Obviously, they're firebenders and they're in the Earth Kingdom and they gotta be careful. They can't let anyone know they're firebenders. However, Iroh is teaching Zuko a move that looks like waterbending. As you all know,
technique, yeah.
lightning redirection was based off of
It was based
waterbending
on
movements.
waterbending,
So
yeah.
theoretically, it should be safe to train out in the open. This is an injured Iroh. We know he gets shot by Azula. His bandages seem to have a little bit of blood on it too, which is a nice touch. Iroh looks great. He matches a cartoon extremely well. Same beard, same hair. The outfit is a little different, but I like it. There's nothing wrong with
Nah,
a
the
little
beard's
bit of
not
color.
the same. Hold on. I gotta crack down. Iroh doesn't have a mustache that connects in the show. And here, he has a mustache that connects. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna get hot over something like that. Cause I would honestly, if I was him, like, I would not wanna, like, if it didn't look good, I wouldn't wanna rock the no stash beard. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it would look kind of awkward.
It looks good. Now here is the money shot. Zuko's scar has been changed. It's no longer the small little bruise it was in season 1. This is a real scar, a real burn mark. I know a lot of people are still going to have their
true.
gripes that the scar is too small or whatever, but since they showed us exactly how Zuko got his scar down to the size of the fireball, they can't really do too much. This is probably like the best they could do, but I guess they can retcon that too, but then we're just retconning on top of retcons. Do we really want to do?
But that's just like, maybe it was because, hey, you could run the argument. Not that I'm trying to like just randomly defend it for no reason, but I'm always trying to just find the advocate route. You could say, hey, it was brighter because it was fresher in that one, and now it's, you know, it's been some time has passed, so the redness is a little gone, but the skin is still messed up. You know what I mean?
That. Overall, they both look great. Nice little touch they have
Like the
here with
Anakin
Zuko
ones.
having his swords on his back. This is another shot of the Earth Rumble arena. We see Aang reaching down to feel the Earth, and then the shot switches, and then we see that he's blindfolded. I wonder if this is going to be the scene where Toph rolls a giant boulder down at him while he's blindfolded. Katara looks pretty scared here, and I'm sure we're gonna find out exactly why in the next scene, but correct me if I'm wrong here, her necklace seems to have been changed a little bit since season 1. The pendant at the bottom seems to be a little bit thicker now, and the chain
Yeah,
or
it does look
cord or
kinda
whatever
thick.
you want to call it seems to be
gonna lie,
made
it
out
looks
of
almost like a
leather
ball.
instead of rope. The chain
Not
or
gonna lie.
cord or whatever you want to call it seems to be made out of leather instead of rope like before. I love the way the sea serpent looks. If you're going to take any design from Avatar and make it a little more scary, this is the one. The sea
Yeah, 'cause
serpent
that one was
needs
scary, low key. I'm not gonna lie, that one was scary even in the show, bro. The way it was like had all those like tentacles slash like fins things coming out. I was like, ha ha. That thing was scary in the show. It was animated.
to be scary. Ba Sing Se also looks fantastic, at least this part of it. So this is the Earth Kingdom's palace, and I'm assuming this is the night where they crash the dinner party and they try to tell the Earth King about the war. The palace looks extremely accurate, although I don't remember what these things are right here. Surely that's not a train, right? I wouldn't think there'd be a train that takes you directly to the palace, but maybe I'm wrong. Here is Sokka, and I think
palace
he's
train.
talking to Aang. It almost
That
looks
goes
like when
around
they
the
were
palace
in their
complex.
guest house in the upper ring of bossing say. Azula here is generating lightning, and it looks a lot better than season 1. You'll notice that this is right after she shoots Iroh with her fire blast, and you can see both Zuko and Iroh right there. Zuko's right above him, he's worried about him. The background seems to be pretty accurate to the cartoon. Now, obviously things are happening a lot differently here. We know after Azula shoots Iroh, she makes her grand escape, but here it looks like she's trying to finish the job. She's like, the Avatar's right here, let's finish this, which is kind of out of character for Azula. After the trailer dropped, Netflix released this image of Aang, and it almost looks like it could be connected to this scene of Azula. He does look pretty roughed up, and it does look like his clothing was on fire at some point. I just have no idea what's happening here. Like, if Azula's shooting lightning, then things must be pretty bad, or she's in a rush to finish the job. And they can't have Azula straight up lose a fight right here at this point of the season. We get this shot of Mai and Ty Lee fighting Suki and Sokka. This seems to be during the chase episode. I just have no idea why Suki is here instead of Katara. Could you imagine after Serpent's Pass, Suki just joins Team Avatar? Surely not, right? They're not gonna do that. Katara looks sick here. Katara surfing with—
Actually, well, he's being sarcastic, but like, based on how they were doing the Kyoshi arc, when they did it and how they did it, I could see it. In fact, I'm pretty confident that's the route they're going, based on how important the Kyoshi storyline was in the live action season 1, and how they played through that.
With her ice surfboard has always been kind of iconic to me, so it's cool they're doing it. I wonder if this is them doing that scene of her and Aang making that whirlpool to defeat the serpent. It almost looks like that's what she's about to do. Here is Aang, Sokka, and Katara watching the Earth Rumble arena. I do wish Aang was still in his school uniform. If Toph and Aang are going to have that fight still, the entire arena is going to know he's an airbender, and it's not going to work nearly as well. But maybe they're not going to do the fight this time around, which would be a huge shame. I always loved how they go to Gao-Ling, and their mission is to find an earthbending instructor. So their first stop is to go to a school, and you know, that doesn't work. And then they go to a literal WWE event. If that doesn't perfectly show off the mind of a kid, I don't know what does. Here is Toph walking up to the stage, and I hope they do that iconic scene of her holding up her belt. She then breaks apart this giant boulder. Speaking of boulders, we do get a small glimpse at the boulder right here. Although this does look great, I don't necessarily love this part. Boomy tells Aang that he needs to find an earthbending instructor who listens and waits for the perfect moment to strike. The thing I love so much about Toph's introduction in the original series is that it wasn't some grand display of power. She didn't go rip apart giant boulders or lift up giant boulders.
Yeah, she just like focused on it. That's one of the reasons why Toph is so cold, to me at least. Like, especially during her introduction, it wasn't flashy. It was based on effectiveness. It was just like, oh, okay, there's like a little mistake. I can punish that little mistake and then turn the fight in an instant.
Throw giant rocks or anything like that. She showed her mastery of earthbending through her fighting techniques. She waited for the perfect moment to strike, and Aang's eyes lit up. I think in her entire fight with the boulder, she only threw one strike. 2 if you count this. Obviously, we don't know the context of why this boulder is here. Maybe she gets it thrown at her and she's forced to defend herself. Who knows? But man, is that Toph. That looks just like Toph. Visually, I think she looks perfect here. Seismic Sense looks pretty epic here. I do like it, not gonna lie. Again, not the biggest fan of the way they're displaying Toph's earthbending in her introduction. Visually, it looks great, and considering her outfit, this is her first match with the boulder. It just seems like she's doing too much for the boulder. Again,
yeah, low-key, it looks like she's just like they're looking at like later Toph, when Toph just starts like mowing down people. But early Toph was not like that. Early Toph was like more methodical in her actual plays and stuff like that. But then later, she started just mowing down people. She was like, all right, stop sandbagging, starts mowing down like hundreds of dudes at a time. Like,
her first fight should be showing her mastery through the basics, listening and striking when the moment's right. Alright, that's the trailer coming out in 2026. I'm hearing April. I don't know the exact date, but we'll see soon enough. Netflix also released these images today, and I wanted to go over a couple of things in them. Take a look at Aang's clothing here. I said in my video yesterday that Aang's clothes were likely 2 different colors because they were probably torn in battle, but actually a friend pointed out to me something a little bit different, and now that I'm getting a better look at it here, it makes sense. Basically, his theory was that Aang's outfit had been extended by hand to account for his growth spurt, and they'd have a cute little scene about it in the show. I do think this seems extremely likely. The air nomads have been gone for over 100 years. Their temples have either been raided, destroyed, or taken over. There's no one left to make Aang a bigger set of clothes, so it makes sense for him to have to just adjust his clothing. Also, what are the secret tunnel guys?
Like he'd be actually like, what other clothing? He'd have to like have Katara like stitch or have someone stitch like a new outfit, or just like extend his old one.
Doing here at Serpent's Pass. Here is another image of Toph. Man, I keep thinking every image is from the chase, and to be fair, there's literally a scene in the cartoon of Toph just like this, where she feels the ground to warn everyone that something's coming. This right here is either Team Avatar on a train in Ba Sing Se, or their guest house in the upper ring. It's a bit small, so I'm thinking it's a train. They all looked spooked at whatever Toph is saying. The very last image is the one I mentioned earlier, where I thought it was Aang reacting to Azula's lightning bending, but what do you guys think? All right, that's the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of all of this. Am I wrong? Am I right? What do you think? I really want to read your comments, and I will be reading every single one of them. So comment down below. All right.
Hey, W video, bro. Thanks for that. Let me leave a comment. Hey, W video, bro. There we go. There we are. But that's gonna be the video, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. What do y'all think? Are y'all excited, man? Are y'all excited? This should be pretty lit. I know I'm probably gonna watch it with some friends, whoever, or I might hop on here and do some reactions, of course, like after the shows and whatnot, because I don't think I'll be able to actually like stream it and show it. That might be copyright infringement. But regardless, we're gonna definitely check this out later. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's been me, it's been y'all, it's been the avatars, the Michaela Jill Murray, and we're out of here, okay? Bye.